In this episode of 10 Best Ones, we are going to check out the top 5 best 15-inch laptops in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these 15-inch laptops, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5, we have the Asus TUF FX 504. The Asus TUF FX 504 is a mid-range priced, gaming laptop that was released this year, but since its initial release, this unit has quickly established itself as a top option for everyone who wants to have an enjoyable gameplay without spending thousands of dollars. From a design perspective, the FX 504 looks aggressive thanks to its black finish that is followed by angular-lined red-colored patterns that are present on the lid and on the deck, so from the start, I have to admit that Asus did a really good job here. On the right side of the chassis, there is a Kensington lock, while on the left, you can find a pair of USB 3.0 ports, a headphone jack, a power jack, an Ethernet jack, a headphone jack and one HDMI output of which you can take an advantage in order to connect this laptop to an external display. Once you lift the lid, you will find a Windows Precision touchpad that does a quite decent job for regular web search, but for gaming, I'd advise you use an external mouse, while slightly above, there is a red backlit keyboard that has a key travel of 1.8 mm, which means that the chances that you will ever miss a keystroke is set to minimum. Now, let's talk about the features. The FX 504 comes with an i5-8300H processor, a GTX 1050 graphics card, 8GB of RAM, a hard disk of 1TB, and if you ask me, for the price you pay this is more than good, since you can have a stable FPS rate on mid to high settings. Another great thing about this unit is the presence of the dual fans and the anti-dust technology which will be there for you to ensure that the laptop will maintain its optimal temperature so you won't notice lags. Moreover, its 15.6-inch TN display has a maximum resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels, with a refresh rate of 60 Hz, and according to the users, the visuals are vivid, but since it is a TN panel and not an IPS, keep in mind that the visuals won't be impressive if you view from wide viewing angles. To conclude, the FX 504 is worthy of considering because it is affordable, and capable enough to offer you a quality gaming experience. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Asus VivoBook S15. The Asus VivoBook S15 is a highly portable laptop that would be a really good option for everyone who is looking for an affordable, mobile workstation that will accompany you anywhere you go. From a design perspective, this particular model has a silver-blue body with yellow accents that are spread along the sides of the faux aluminum deck and the display, and to be honest, the S15 is among the most beautiful laptops we've reviewed so far. On the left, you can find a micro SD card slot with LED indicators that will inform you about the battery status, as well as two USB 2.0 ports, while on the right, you will find a headphone and mic combo jack, a DC jack, single USB 3.1 port, a USB Type-C port, and an HDMI port. Moreover, once you open the lid, you can see a spacious touchpad with an embedded fingerprint reader, and according to the customers, both of them are responsive, so you won't have any problems in navigation or in accessing the system. Slightly above, there is a backlit, ergonomic keyboard that tilts upward at a 3.5-degree angle with the intention to let you have a comfortable and fast typing session. But now, let's talk about the performance. The S15 is powered by an i5-8250U processor, an Intel UHD Graphics 620, has 8GB of RAM and a 256 SSD that will ensure blazing fast speeds for your ultimate user experience. For instance, you can work with spreadsheets while having your favorite songs and multiple tabs simultaneously running at the background without a presence of lag, and the same happens even if you're video editing or streaming movies and series. In addition, the three-sided Asus Nanoge display has a full HD resolution, a screen-to-body ratio of up to 86% and offers consistent colors of up to 178 degrees, so you will always be satisfied with what you see. Finally, the battery life may last up to 8 hours of use, but what's interesting about it is that it uses the fast charging technology which allows this unit to reach 60% within 49 minutes of recharge. To conclude, if you're looking for a laptop that offers a great value for its cost, then the S15 is the one for you. Next up, at number 3, we have the Lenovo Yoga 730. The The newest Lenovo Yoga 730 is a multipurpose, 2-in-1 laptop that combines a gorgeous design with high-end hardware components that will elevate your multitasking capabilities to a whole, different level. From a design perspective, the Yoga 730 has a platinum gray 360-degree flip and fold construction that is accompanied by an HDMI port, a Thunderbolt port, a headphone and microphone combo jack, and a built-in fingerprint reader that is conveniently placed on the right part of the deck, below the keyboard. For your information, the keyboard feels good on touch, and when we add the fact that it is backlit, by default it means that you can type accurately during the day and the night, while on the other hand, the touchpad is spacious, and has a smooth surface that will precisely register each swipe you make. Now, let's talk about the features. First of all, I'd like to inform you that you will have 4 modes of usage, so you can use it whether as an ordinary laptop, tent, tablet or stand, and thanks to its hinges the transition is butter smooth. Moving on, the specs of this laptop are quite good as well, starting from its i5-8250U processor, UHD graphics 620, the 8GB of RAM and the 256GB SSD, so as you can see, the Yoga 730 is suitable for professional and personal use. To be more precise, this model can handle casual internet use, and gaming, as well as basic photo and video editing without any problem, due to the fact that it has enough RAM and the presence of the SSD makes everything smooth. When it comes to the screen, the Yoga 730 houses a 15.6-inch Full HD IPS touchscreen that outputs lifelike and consistent colors from wide viewing angles, regardless of the mode you intend to use. Last but not least, its 3-cell lithium-ion battery has an average life of 8 hours, but this may vary in practice, since everything depends on your usage. Overall, the Yoga 730 deserves your attention, because it looks wonderful and it is capable enough to accommodate the tastes of the most demanding customers on the market. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Apple MacBook Pro. The Apple MacBook Pro would be a spectacular option, especially if you're a professional who wants to invest in a highly capacitive laptop that is primarily oriented towards video and photo editing, so if you've been searching for something similar, let's find out what can you expect from this unit. From a design perspective, the MacBook Pro sports a sleek, space gray construction that is followed by 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, a 15-inch Retina display, a nicely engineered trackpad, and keyboard as well as a touch bar that will dramatically enhance your multitasking capabilities, so when you see it as a whole, the MacBook Pro does really shine with elegance. When it comes to the trackpad, well, I'd like to inform you that Apple has implemented force sensors that are doing an excellent job in detecting the pressure you apply while sliding over its surface, so in practice, swiping, pinching as well as the navigation between menus is remarkably easy. In addition, the keyboard houses a butterfly mechanism which according to the manufacturer's tests, offers up to 4 times more key stability when compared with the traditional scissor mechanism, which is a good proof that depicts how quality the keyboard actually is. But now, let's talk about the performance. One of the biggest highlights regarding the MacBook Pro is its insanely good Retina display that has 500 nits of brightness, a resolution of 2880 by 1800 pixels, and when we add the fact that it uses the well-known True Tone technology, it means that the visuals will be razor sharp and crystal clear, exactly as you'd expect from an Apple product. When it comes to the hardware, this model packs a 6-core Intel i7 processor, 16GB of RAM, 256GB SSD, and a Radeon Pro 555X graphics card that will guarantee you fast rendering performance so that you can effectively and quickly finish your work. Before we end, I would also like to inform you that the battery life is improved if you compare it with the previous model, and those who've purchased this laptop claim that the battery offers around 9.5 hours of use under heavy use, which is awesome. To conclude, I strongly recommend you consider this laptop, and if you ever decide to purchase it, you will never regret your decision. And finally, at number 1, we have the Acer Predator Triton 700. The Acer Predator Triton 700 is a premium, gaming laptop that is built like a tank and filled with a tremendously powerful hardware that will let you have the best possible gameplay, like you've never tasted before. From a design perspective, this model boasts an all-black aluminum construction that consists of 2 ultra-thin metal Aeroblade 3D fans, flexible yet rigid hinges that will let you adjust the screen according to your preferences, numerous ports and a mechanical keyboard. Moreover, on the left side of the chassis, you can find a single USB 2.0 port, a headphone jack, two USB 3.0 ports, a Kensington lock and a microphone jack, while on the right, you will find yet another USB 3.0 port, an RJ45 port, one Thunderbolt 3 port, and a power button. At the rear, there is an HDMI port, a DisplayPort and a DC input, so as you can see, you will be extremely well backed up in terms of expandability. Once the lid is opened, you won't stop admiring the large RGB keyboard that has an N-key rollover, which I particularly favor, due to the fact that every single tap on the keys will be registered instantly, and as you know, this is essential in gaming. In addition, the touchpad is somewhat awkwardly positioned underneath the display, and even though it is useful for ordinary web surf, I'd recommend you get a real gaming mouse. Now, let's talk about the features. This particular model comes with an i7-7700HQ processor, 32GB of RAM, 512GB SSD, a GTX 1080 graphics card with 8GB of onboard memory, and when we add its 15.6-inch Full HD G-Sync display, you will absolutely have the most fluid gameplay. But that's not all. The display also has a refresh rate of 120 Hz as well, which means that every game you play would not only look realistic, but you won't notice screen tearings, which is always important. Finally, the battery life is kinda short because of the G-Sync panel, but since you will have this unit plugged on a charger, this won't bother you. Overall, you should definitely consider the Triton 700 as your next purchase because it has everything that a typical gamer could wish for. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to these 15-inch laptops, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.